Hello, everybody. Hi. Oh gosh, I love these days I get to hang out with you guys. This is so much fun. And we're inviting the world into literally where around the world. And today we're here to talk about the things that we're doing on the web that aren't social media, how else we might invite people into our personal art worlds, how we might create some kind of, I don't know what they call it these days, engagement or to see our work and to meet us. What does anybody have like something that they're doing that's they're super proud of? I have a website. I love my website. Stephanie
Me
says,
too.
Stephanie says
Nothing
no.
I'm super proud of. No, I'm just
Nothing you're
kidding.
proud, really. But you go and you do live shows,
Yeah.
right? So and then you promote it on social media and then you show up live. Is that what you're
Yeah.
doing?
Or promote it on social media, do the live show, talk about it on social media, say thank you to people who, if anyone, bought my work. Say thank you to the organization. But that's social media. That's all social media.
But it's
But
well, except for the live part. That part's
except
not
for
the
the live
social
part.
media, right?
Yeah. But
So
if we're
you're
talking
using
about
that social media to get to drive to your, I guess they're called art booths, right? To your booth at the
yeah.
fair.
And then what I should do, and I haven't been doing, but what a good artist, business person would do, and which Denise I'm sure does, no question there, is actually send out a newsletter from my website saying, hey everybody, come and join me at the Queen West Art Crawl or the Riverdale Art Walk or whatever it is. I'm going to be there in booth so and so because I do have about, I think it's, I can never remember if it's 175 or 775 members on my newsletter, but it's probably close to 175. I think I've lied once or twice, not deliberately, but anyway, making myself sound much more important than I am. So I should really be doing that, emailing them first and saying, hey, got an art show coming up, come on out, because it has worked where
Email.
people of the what is it, 1,775 members that I have have come out and actually bought art. So like
that's so cool.
Because I'm working full time, it's hard to, it's really you know what I found working full time now, the hustle to do art, like the hustle for artwork or art shows and stuff, it's slipping because it's a time thing, right? It's like priorities. So anyway, but yeah, so I would use MailChimp for that.
MailChimp.
For the newsletter.
Yeah. I just used MailChimp, their sort of email subscriber service thing to remind my subscribers that I'm in the Eastside Culture Call opening on November 16th. So hopefully people who are interested, at least they have the information. I always get really irritated with my musician friends because they'll send like a little email like the day of, oh, by the way, I'm at a gig tonight. And it's like, could have told me like a day before so I could make plans. So I try to kind of give people enough time to go, oh yeah, okay, this coming weekend there's something happening, right? So it is a great service, and I personally I use the free version of it because it's
smart.
It's sort of because it's coordinated to my website and everything anyways. So yeah.
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm gonna have to get back to that.
Yeah,
okay,
MailChimp. You can insert into your own website. So when it opens and it says sign up to my newsletter, that's part is run by MailChimp. So that MailChimp is the one that grabs the addresses so that when you want to do a newsletter, they're all in the same place.
And that's part of the free version? Because I'm thinking I should demote to the free version.
It's part of the free version, yeah.
Yeah, I think I might do that.
Anyway. Yeah, that's one tool.
Freebird. Denise.
There are.
Cheryl, hi.
There are other websites that integrate your mailing list also.
Cool. Yeah. Well, what are you using, Cheryl? You've got a lot going on.
I use MailChimp, but I've also noticed on Eventbrite that Eventbrite also have. So when you actually put an event up on Eventbrite, you can actually email that to your mailing list through Eventbrite.
Yeah, it's very handy.
So that's how
that's Squarespace, for example, also has an integrated mailing client that you can use, but you have to pay a little bit extra for that. And MailChimp, as said before, is free. You also have programs like MailerLite, and I think there's more of them that are free.
Yeah.
That do the same thing.
So, okay, I was going to ask first Denise, because Stephanie pointed to you. What I think you've got a very sophisticated operation.
Well, I don't know about sophisticated. I only have like 400 people on my list, so my list is not as big. But I do email
but those are
them
400
week.
people that actually buy from you. First of all, it doesn't matter the size of your list; it matters that they care. No, but enough
some
of
have
them
bought
that
in the past, yes.
you sell your work. So,
but I do email them every week.
Every week.
About once a month, I schedule a day in my calendar for writing 4 emails. And then the consecutive week, I will schedule set 4 emails, and then that way and since I do that every month, I'm sort of scheduled up ahead till like February or so, which makes things really nice. And it sucks the day that you have to write all 4 of them. That really sucks. But then once you've done it and you don't have to think about it for the next 3 weeks, that's awesome. So
So you have an email situation, and then you have a web presence, I guess.
A website, yes.
And can people buy work from your website too, or is that a completely different kind of an entity?
They technically can, although there's not like a buy now button because I don't have prices on my website. So what people would do is, if they want to inquire, there's a form on the bottom of each of my my like artwork pages, as they say, where they can inquire about the painting, and they can email me directly, so I can have a conversation with them. Because my artwork's at a price where the chance of them coming to the website and just clicking buy now is not going to happen. They want a little bit more of a conversation. So I found it more beneficial not to have any prices on there. Also because with doing shows in the States and in Canada, with the changes of the currency, it gets really confusing for people.
Yeah.
So and I also work with online galleries in different currencies, in euros and in American dollars, Canadian dollars. So I found that so confusing, and I got screwed a couple of times because the dollar change is so bad. So I decided to just take them off entirely.
Yeah.
That's different. I've never heard that kind of approach before, and it's working for you.
Yes.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Laura, what were you just saying?
I'm using a website. I have 2 websites. One is with laraspadetto.com, the other one laraspadettoart.com. There is a funny story behind this, because at the beginning I've built like 10 years ago, the first one, laraspadetto.com, and 5 years ago I tried to enter and discovered that there was like a shop. They were selling with my name dresses. I don't know, from USA probably. So I discovered how it's possible, because I forgot. At the time I wasn't aware how does it work, and so I paid for the hosting, but not for the domain.
For the domain name. Oh shoot!
Exactly. So someone bought my domain. Yeah, took it, and for like 4 years before it was used in USA, then in China, and then they leave it, and so I bought it back, and now so I have two website. It's strange because it was my name. It's my name, and my name is not so. It's not just me, John Smith. It's it's peculiar. For sure, there wasn't anybody. And so now I bought my domain with laraspadetto.com for 5 years now, and with the auto rebuy, so no one else can buy back. And for other tools, I'm using Flowdesk for the mailing list. I don't know if you know Flowdesk. I found it easy to use, but I'm not using right now. And I'm planning for next year. It's my plan to, not for every week as Denise do, but I'm planning to do like once a month. So I'm sure that once a month I can
Once a month.
do it, but I'm worried to take too much commitment, because in this moment I'm doing so many things. So and other tools. I have also a website with Shopify. So
That's in addition to the two that you've already mentioned?
yeah.
Wow.
I was trying because I've tried different things, and I'm trying to now different things, always with my name and with my but because I'm using one website for as a portfolio with my paintings, and laraspareto.com I built a website with the painting and also the books, and in theory later on I would put also some merchandise on that. And what else? Some music, I don't know. Yes, for sure something else, but in this moment I don't remember. So mainly
Well, you've got a lot going on there too. And Cheryl, your ecosystem is, I don't know, my impression is that you've got a lot going on. You've got your videos and you've got your classes, a studio where people will come and do things with you. And how are you? I mean, if Laura's got 3 websites, and I don't know what your footprint is here. What are you doing?
I crashed in my WordPress website because I just sort of I felt that it was really, really complicated, although I was just getting good at using it. So I'm on Squarespace now. So what I have done at the moment is I have actually linked my paintings to an online gallery. And so that I actually sort of, when everybody like clicks onto it, it'll go to the online gallery. An online gallery, meaning it's called Blue Thumb, and I suppose it's like the huge big galleries that you can have around the world or whatever, but this one here is mainly Australian. But the other advantage of it is that you can actually put stuff into series, but it's not working. It's a difficulty of trying to sort of sell prints through it because they only have like one, and it is really, really hard to identify that it's a print, and I'm constantly getting inquiries, even though it says a print. Okay, so that's one sort of issue. I also have Calendly for appointments, for one-on-ones. Not that it's being used much, but I sort of put it there as a... It's a little bit like sometimes when you advertise for an event, or you say that you're going to have an event on, and sometimes if you don't get that many people turn up, but at least I always sort of see it is that I'm always getting out there.
Yeah.
Like it's regardless. So I actually did a Google Meet free video, how to use videoing for art. I've tried that. So I try a few different things, and I have, and Eventbrite. So I actually compose and I write my courses in Eventbrite, and
What do you
Then
mean?
people can sign up, so that when the info goes out, they can register, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they can actually do it. So it's not, it's taken out of my hands, if that makes sense, Ross. So I use Canva a lot to make up my images, and then I'll put that onto Eventbrite. The great thing about the online galleries or these online booking or course type, I don't know, structures, is that they have a structure for you, and they're really, really good for beginning artists. So when you put your stuff up to, say, called Blue Thumb, an online gallery, it'll have this sort of shot, now have a detail, now have your signature, now have it from the side. And then it will have talk about the materials, talk about this, talk about that. It'll have all the different sizes. So you have this really good template from the get-go, which is really good for people who will need a little bit more experience. They also will give you social media images, and you've also got links, as does Eventbrite. So it's much easier in a way to be able to write a course because they've got the template for you.
Yeah.
Wow, that was
Yeah.
fascinating.
On the same kind of note, I'm doing the same thing now, Cheryl. I'm not trying to sell through my own website. Some of the same issues that Denise found, like putting prices on my website and then buttons and shops and everything. It was just getting so multi-layered for my own site. And it was kind of bulky, and sometimes the data didn't work and stuff. So now I'm using Partial Gallery, which is a similar to Blue Thumb. It's a Canadian-based online art gallery, essentially. They are driving their own traffic to that site themselves with their advertising and their outreach and their networking. And they do the same thing where you can have, you can basically have like the story of the creation of the art, different angles, images of the art, and people can see like videos of making the art. And I'm doing the two, which with Imprimo, imprimo.com, I think it is, or imprimo.ca, which is a also an online gallery, but they're not selling. So what I have is my images are up, and then you can click on more information, and then you can click a buy button that will take you to the Partial Gallery site that has the prices, it has the shipping, it has the ordering, and it has rentals.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the good thing about Partial. Yeah.
I wish I had heard this episode a super long time ago. This is like a treasure trove of great information.
They also work with the trade for films and theater and staging. So those people pay a higher price for a shorter amount of time to use the artwork.
Right.
And if it's just a rental, and then the rental, people who rent it can put that towards buying the piece. So it makes it super easy for the consumer, the art collector. And it's like Cheryl said, it's a template for the artist to just upload their information. All you have to really do is make sure you have good images and write some decent copy.
And is their commission 50%?
Yes.
What is their commission?
No, they don't take 50%. They take a much smaller commission. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah. You read through the fine print. Their commission is quite decent as far as I'm concerned, especially compared to a lot of other places.
I think it was 30%.
And I really like the way I'm working with Imprimo because, let's say, for example, a couple of my pieces were accepted by a New York City-based art gallery.
Nice.
And then they had a partnership, a collaboration with Artsy for a specific show. And my pieces were linked and the prices were linked. So now when you go on Imprimo, those particular pieces, when you click on the link, you can buy through Artsy, through that gallery that's representing those particular pieces.
Wow.
Right.
So I can, yeah. So if I have, like Denise does, right, pieces in different galleries, they're located in different places, they got different price points, you can literally link to that buy button, and it will go and link you to that, so you don't have to be all confused. Like,
oh, that's so cool. So just to illustrate that we're around the world and we're showing our work around the world. And Laura, did you have something to mention before we sign off? We're all signing off right now. Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here today. Drive safely wherever you're going.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.